Good day, everyone. I am Hasmin Jose. Together with Sir Ralph Eleazar Montesor, will be reporting the Chapter 13, or Building Information Security in Information Systems. So after this chapter, students should be able to identify the different structural organizational changes that were enabled by information technology, identify the steps in business process redesign, determine several activities in system development, identify the methodologies for modeling and designing systems, and be able to determine their differences. Lastly is to determine the alternative system building method. So what is information system? It is made up of a number of interconnected parts that work together to gather, store, and analyze data as well as deliver knowledge, information, and digital goods. Businesses and other organizations utilize information systems to conduct and manage operations, communicate with clients and suppliers, and engage in market competition. One type of delivery organizational change is the creation of a new information system. The process of building a new information system is one kind of planned organizational change. System builders must understand how a system will affect organization as a whole, and they must consider how the nature of work groups will change and how much change is needed. So there are 4 kinds of structural organizational change which are enabled by information technology. So number 1 is the automation. It enables employees to perform their tasks more efficiently and effectively. It is the most prevalent type of IT-enabled organizational change. Next is the rationalization. It is the streamlining of standard operation procedures, eliminating obvious bottlenecks so that automation can make operating procedure more efficient. Next is the business process redesign. It analyzes, simplifies, and redesigns business processes with a mind to radically reduce business cost. And last is the paradigm shift, a radical reconceptualization of the nature of the business and the nature of the organization. Organizational change carries risks and rewards. The most common forms of organizational change are automation and rationalization. These relatively slow-moving and slow-changing strategies present modest returns but little risk. Faster and more comprehensive change, such as re-engineering and paradigm shifts, carries high rewards but offers substantial chances of failure. Paradigm shifts and re-engineering often fail because extensive organizational change is difficult to orchestrate. However, the rewards of successful paradigm shifts can also be very high. Business process re-engineering involves radical restructuring of business processes before applying information technology to make them more efficient. The mortgage industry has benefited from extensive re-engineering of the mortgage application process to replace desk-to-desk sequential work on documents with a work cell approach in which many people work on the same document simultaneously. Re-engineering sometimes uses workflow management software to move documents easily and efficiently between different users and locations. Now, what is business process management? It provides a methodology and tools for dealing with the organization's ongoing need to revise its numerous internal and inter-organizational business processes. It also includes workflow management, business process modeling, quality management, change management, and tools for recasting the firm's business processes into standardized form where they can be continually manipulated. Businesses that use business process management take these steps. So number one is to determine which business processes need to be changed. Understanding which business process need to be changed is one of the most crucial strategic decisions a company makes. This is more significant than selecting how to use technology to improve business processes. When the incorrect business model or businesses processes are strengthened via systems, the business may become more effective at doing what it should not be doing. Number two is to analyze current business processes, taking note of inputs, outputs, resources, and the other order in which the various steps are carried out. The process design team find bottlenecks, unnecessary stages, work that requires a lot of paper, and other inefficiencies. Number three is to create the new process. It is the process design that we will attempt to enhance the current process by creating a new one after mapping the current one and measuring its time and cost. More efficient to be processed so we can compare it to the current one. Number four, after the new process has been carefully modeled and examined, it must be converted into a fresh set of protocols and working guidelines. To support the redesign process, it could be necessary to create new information systems or improvements to already existing systems. The business organization adopts the new procedure and accompanying system. And last is the continuous measurement is necessary once a process has been put into place and optimized. Processes may degrade over time when staff members revert to outdated practices, or they may lose their effectiveness if the company goes through significant changes. BPM software tools automatically manage processes across the business, extract data from various sources and databases, and generate transactions in multiple related systems. The total quality management is a concept that sees quality as responsibility shared by everyone in the organization. Six Sigma is another quality concept signifying a quality goal of 3.4 defects per million of opportunities. And benchmarking, which consists of setting strict standards for product services and other activities and then measuring performance against those standards. So one of the example of the business processing BPM tool, software tool, is the Sajus BPM. It is the leading goal-based business process management solution that identifies all the reasons that you cannot run your business the way you need to and gives you the optimal solution for each reason. Sajus BPM monitoring software was used by Canadian Mutual Fund Business, AIC, to look for irregularities in its procedure for updating accounts following each client transaction. Sajus is an expert in goal-based process management, which is concerned with identifying the root causes of organizational issues through process monitoring before implementing tools to remedy those issues. So how is an information system contributed to QM? Simplifying the product or the production process, benchmarking, use customer demands as a guide to improving products and services, reduce cycle time, improve quality and precision of the decision, and increase the precision of the production. Now let's move on with the overview of systems development. System development refers to all activities that go into producing an information system solution to an organizational problem or opportunity. Systems development is a structured kind of problem solving with distinct activities consisting of the following: systems analysis, systems design, programming, testing, conversion, and production and maintenance. So what is system analysis? It is a study of an issue that a business uses an information system to try to solve. It answers the questions, what must the information system do to solve the problem? Overall emphasis of system analysis is gathering data on the existing system, determining the requirements for the new system, considering alternatives within these constraints, and investigating the feasibility of the solution. The primary outcome will be prioritized list of systems requirement. System analyst is the professional who specializes in analyzing and designing systems. Feasibility study is part of the system analysis in order to ascertain whether that solution is practical or workable from a technological, financial, and organizational perspective. So, what are the information requirements? It is one of the most challenging tasks of the system analyst is to define the specific information requirement that must be met by the system solution selected. Information requirements of a new system involve identifying who needs what information, where, when, and how. The next activity is the system design, which demonstrates how the system will achieve the goal, while system analysis outlines what a system should accomplish to satisfy information needs. It is the overall plan or model that shows how the system will meet its information requirements. And next is the role of end users. So what is end user? End user are those people who actually use a product, often on a constant or regular basis as part of their own job. And end user plays several key roles in the development of a system. This includes defining requirements, or end users are often involved in the process of defining the requirements for a system. They provide input on what functionality the system should have and what problems it should solve. Next is providing feedback. End users are also involved in testing and providing feedback on the system during development. Feedback may be negative or positive. They may be asked to use the system in a simulated environment and provide feedback on its usability, performance, and overall effectiveness. Number 3 is the acceptance testing. End users are also involved in acceptance testing, which is the final step in the development process before a system is deployed. They are responsible for reviewing the system and determining if it meets the requirements and is fit for purpose. Number 4 is training. End user may also be involved in training on the system, either as part of a formal training program or through self-directed learning. And last, the maintenance. End users may also be responsible for maintaining the system once it is deployed. This could include reporting of bugs, requesting updates, and providing feedback on system performance. So overall, end users play a critical role in the development of a system, as they are the ones who will be using the system on a daily basis, and their feedback is essential to ensure that the system meets their needs and is fit for purposes. And to complete the system development, we have the programming, the testing, conversion, and production and maintenance. So programming is a system specification that were prepared during the design stage, are translated into software program code. Next is testing. True testing must be conducted to confirm that the system produces the right results. It involves 3 types of activities: the unit testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. Unit testing, or what also called program testing, involves individually evaluating each program in the system, while the system testing is examine the overall efficiency of the information system, and acceptance testing is the system readiness for deployment in a production environment. To ensure that all aspects of testing are as comprehensive as possible, the development team works with users to devise a systematic test plan. Next is the conversion. It is the process of changing from the old system to the new one. The 4 main conversion strategies are as follows: parallel strategy, direct cutover, pilot study, and phase approach. Parallel strategy is both the new and old system are run together until everyone is assured that the new system functions correctly. Direct cutover is the replacement of the old system with the new one on a specific date. Pilot study introduces the new system first to a limited area of the organization, and when the pilot version is working correctly, the installation throughout the rest of the organization. And last is the phase approach that introduces the new system in stages, either by functions or by organizational units. So moving from an old system to a new one requires that end users be trained to use the new system. A detailed documentation showing how the system works from both a technical and end-user standpoint is finalized during conversion time for use in training and everyday operations. And lastly, the production and maintenance. The production stage is in effect after the system is installed and conversion is complete. The system is reviewed to determine if it meets the original objectives. In some instances, a formal post-implementation audit document is prepared. Changes in hardware, software, documentation, or procedures to a production system to correct errors, meet new requirements, or improve processing efficiency are termed maintenance. And that's all. Thank you. For the continuation of this chapter, it will be reported by Mr. Ralph Eleazar Montesor.